Okay, so initially my goal for the year was to run one half marathon, and then I also have some goals on PRs in the gym. But I recently was just thinking about it, and I was like, I ran a half marathon last year. My goal was to beat it by 15 minutes this year, so run a 1:30 or sub 1:30 instead of a 1:45 like I did last year. But I was realizing that because I've already done a half marathon, it's not as much of a mental challenge as it used to be. And I kind of want to add more of a mental challenge this year. I have all those physical challenges, the PRs in the gym, whether it's bench, deadlift, squat, all those physical challenges, not so much mental. So this year I decided that I'm going to be adding a full marathon. I don't want to do anything just half. I kind of want to do the full marathon this year. Really challenge myself. This is really where I'm going to be pushing my mental toughness, one through training, and then two in the actual race day, just because it's going to be so physically fatiguing, and then something I've never done before. And 26 miles is insanely long. It'll end up being, almost 2 hours longer than a half marathon. If I ran a 1:45 last year, it will be in that 3.5 to 3:45 range, is what I'm aiming for. So I've decided to run the full marathon. It's a extremely tough challenge for myself. I've never ran that far. The furthest I've ever ran was that half marathon last year. I never even trained that far. The most I had ever run before the half was 10 miles. So, yeah, I'm going to be doubling the furthest I've ever ran. I'm going to be running a full marathon on Father's Day. That is when the Winnipeg Marathon is. Or, sorry, the Manitoba Marathon in Winnipeg. So, yeah, my goal is to run a 3:30. That may be insane, but that is my goal. And, yeah, on Father's Day, it's like the first or second weekend of June, I believe. So, first or second weekend of June, a full marathon around 3.5 hours. That's my goal. And I forgot to add that I am still running a half marathon. I believe it's 2 or 3 weeks before the Father's Day one. It's in Fargo. I did it last year. I'm probably going to be doing the same one just because it's kind of nice to go somewhere, make a weekend out of it, go run on streets you've never ran before, see a different city. So I'm going to be running the Fargo one. I think that's my goal, running the Fargo half marathon at an hour and a half, which is 15 minutes faster than last year. So that is still one of my goals, but now I'm adding a full marathon to completely push myself mentally and physically, and just look back at the end of the year and be like, damn, like I'm so, proud of myself. I'm so glad I did that. So yeah, those are my two running goals for the year, and yeah, it's pretty scary.